Okay, so once you've got all your shooting done and you've loaded it up onto the computer here, you're going to piece together this whole project. Basically, it means you're going to do some cutting and pasting and moving stuff around. We've kind of covered that a little bit over the last few days. But what we need you to be aware of is that you have some tools to use in order to help you with that. So if you open up Premiere, there's some tools, and they're down here at the bottom right. You can see there's a number of them here. I mentioned the razor blade tool, which is quite handy. So if you click on any part of your film, you can cut up that film with the razor blade. You can see it cuts both the video and the audio up. Now, when you're doing this, obviously you're going to watch your video. I'm just randomly cutting stuff here. But just be aware, where you do make cuts with the razor blade tool, it allows you to put in transitions or effects. And that's something that you need to be able to know how to do. So the bottom left of the window here, there's an effects tab. There's audio effects, audio transitions, video effects, and video transitions. So transitions are the effects that you put between two pieces of media. So it could be a fade between two clips in your video, and that could be just video, or it could be audio, or it could be both. But you have to apply those to each individual layer. So you've got a video layer and an audio layer. When you're working with audio as well, just so you can see this a little bit, you can actually take your selection tool and you can drag that little yellow bar up and down to increase or decrease the volume of your track if it's not loud enough. Or you can actually go up to your audio mixer and you can just turn up the volume or turn down the volume. So it's up to you what you want to do with it. So that's something that you can play around with. If you're working with video, say you don't have your video in just the right place, or you want to change something with it, you can change the position of it up here. You can change the size of it. You can rotate it. You can even change the transparency of it. So you can actually layer video on top of each other and then have the transparency turned down. You can see both at the same time. So that's something to think about. If you have an audio effect that you want to use, they're pretty straightforward. You can select any of these. I'm not going to go into detail about these because you can look at the other video tutorials that tell you about all this stuff. But say, for example, you want to use a denoiser. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. It takes out some of that background noise that you might hear, like a hum from an electrical transformer or something like that. So to use an effect, all you have to do is click and drag it onto the clip that you want, and you can see up in your effects control, you can manipulate that. Now, some of these effects have the ability for you to adjust them, and some don't. So that's something that you'll have to play around with. Just like your volume here, you can increase or decrease the volume of a clip just by using this little slider here. So anything that's highlighted in yellow, if you click on it with your mouse and hold and drag left or right, it'll increase or decrease whatever that is. The other thing, video effects, there's a whole bunch of them. So you can try any of these out. So you want to add I don't know, some solarization or posterization to your video. You just click and drag it onto your video. Now if we preview this, you can see it's has this weird effect on it. So it's something that if you like it, you can keep it, and if you don't want it, you can get rid of it. So if you right click on an effect, you can just cut it out of there, or even just clear it, and it'll get rid of it for you. So there's quite a few of these. My suggestion to you is try them out. See what they do. Take a look at them. See if they'll work with your film. They're not going to wreck them. If you don't like them, just delete them out of the effects controls. So if you don't want a denoiser, click on it, go clear, and it's gone. Okay, if you want it again, you just drag it back in from the effects window. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. once you got everything finished up, you're going to have all your effects in there. You're going to have your audio tweaked just right. You're going to have your transitions. You're going to have your opening credits, your ending credits, all that good stuff. And then you have to finalize your video. You got to prepare it for DVD. So there's a couple things you got to do. If you see in the timeline here, there's this red bar. If you ever see that, it means that the computer still has to create some sort of effect, or it has to render some sort of change. So it means that something hasn't been processed yet. So it's not finalized. So to do that, if we go up to sequence, we can go to render effects, and that'll fix that up for you. Okay, so once you've finished everything, basically what you're going to do is you're going to go up to File, and you're just going to go Export Media. Now you can see right now it's not selected because we haven't actually rendered this. And so if I render this video, and I'm going to go Render Entire Work Area, you see it's going to process this this video, and that red line is going to change color, and it gives you the amount of time it's going to take to do this. So this is going to take just over a minute. So we'll let it do its thing here. Okay, so that finished rendering. You can see now that the line is green. It means go, you're done. So we'll go up to File, and we go to Export. Now we can export media. And it allows you to basically do a number of things. You can choose the format that you want to export as. You can see there's lots and lots and lots of them. We're just going to do this as a QuickTime movie because we're going to eventually put this onto a DVD. And we'll leave the preset as NTSC, and then that will work for North American video. So we'll hit Export, and then what this will do is it'll compress this video, and it'll make sure that the file will be usable for what we want to use in just a few minutes, which is iDVD. And we'll take a look at that just as soon as this is finished rendering, or exporting rather. Okay, so we've finished exporting the video. We're ready for iDVD. Once that happens, you can close up Premiere, and then save your file. I'm not going to save this one because this is just an example. And then we're going to open up iDVD, which is right down here. It looks like a DVD. Click on it. It will take a second or two to open, and we'll take a look at the features in just a second. Okay, so when iDVD opens up, you're going to get this little window. We're going to create a new project, and we're going to give it a name. We're going to save it into a folder with your name on it. You could probably do widescreen just because it's going to be on most modern TVs, so widescreen is probably the format you want, unless you get a really old TV at home. And make sure you give it a proper name. So name it with the same name as your movie, so we know it'll actually work. So when we open up iDVD, we get this little window that allows you to pick a number of different things. iDVD has a whole pile of themes that are pre-designed for you to use, and so the way it works is pretty straightforward. If you've got a video, you can just plop it onto the screen here, but these themes have these things called drop zones. So a drop zone is a space for you to put some sort of media. So really all it is it's a placeholder for a photo or for a video. So if I've got a video, just as an example, I'll dump that onto a drop zone, and there it is. And if I hit play down here, it'll actually play my video inside that Dropbox. So I'll just exit that for a sec. So there's a pile of themes to choose from. So you can take a look at them, pick whatever one you want. It's entirely up to you. And you can see within some of these themes, there's different versions of them too. So you can have a theme for your main title. You can have chapters if you want to break up your movie into chapters. We're not going to do that, but lots of stuff for you to pick from. So I'm just going to pick a simple one here, like this one here. To do that, you just double click on it, and as you can see, if I drag with the playhead over here, it's already got that video that I popped in there from the other theme that I was taking a look at. So this is called Center Stage Main, which is the name of the theme is Center Stage. So I'm going to change the name of this to whatever my DVD is called. You know, this one's about zombies. So we're going to put in zombies. You can see you can change your text and the size and that sort of stuff there. And then of course you need to do one last thing with this. You need to put in some video. And so if this is your video that you've exported to your desktop, all you have to do is drag it onto here, and you get this little green plus sign. And there we go. It says what to do in a zombie attack. Well, this is actually a button for you to play your video. So you probably don't want it to be called what to do when, you know, in a zombie attack. We just want this to be called play. And then we know if you click on the play button, it'll play the movie. And then that title will actually come up as the title of the video, because we're assuming you've got that in there already. So if I hit play down here, here we go. It previews the video in the placeholder, got the title of my video, and a play button. If I click on the play button, there we go. It starts to play the video. Okay, so that's pretty much it with iDVD. Once you've done that, all you have to do is come down to this little circle beside the play button, hit it, and it turns into this little, well, radioactive sign. Asks you to pop in a DVD. There's DVDs up on the front desk. You just grab one of those, slide them in the side of the computer, the slot for the DVDs on the sides, and then once the disc is in, it'll burn your DVD and you're done. Now the only thing about burning DVDs is they can take a little while. So because we've got such short videos, it shouldn't take any more than 45 minutes to burn a DVD. So instead of you waiting and waiting and waiting for that to burn, my suggestion is take a look at what your next project is going to be, because you're going to get pretty bored staring at a screen waiting for a disc to burn. And once you're done, your disc will be ready. You can pop it out, and then that's yours to keep. So if you want to make a couple copies of it for you and your partners, then you'll need a couple DVDs from the stack at the front, and you can take those home. I'll be using your finished encoded file that you use for the DVD and not the DVD itself for marking. So you don't need to worry about burning a DVD for me to use. So that's iDVD in a nutshell. Basically, if you get stuck, you can always go to iDVD help. If I hit cancel here, if I go up to iDVD help, you can see there's video tutorials that are actually built into this already, and it'll take you to the web, and you'll be able to learn how to make a DVD. So very handy to have. I'll have all this stuff unblocked for you, and then you can just use this as you need. Good luck.